Help the Twitchiest community get an in-game announcer pack in Smite by purchasing Smite-related content from our Nexus store from the period of January 24th through February 1st. All Smite purchases will go towards the competition, and if we're the #1 Smite seller of goods on Nexus, we will get our own announcer pack in the game in the 9.4 patch, so check it out in the description down below. Today, we're talking about the top 5 ADCs in the STL, the top 5 performing gods that have been crushing it in the ADC role here as we moved out of Season 8 and into Season 9, so a little bit of data actually from both of those. So make sure you hit the like button, comment down below who you think's going to be in the top 5, and let's jump right into it. Incon's Top 5 ADC Edition. Number 5. Just making our top 5 list, it's your girl Neith, who has been doing pretty well. Neith has always been a pretty good hunter at all levels of gameplay. She always ends up sneaking her way into pro play at some time, and of course, due to all of her skins, you can tell how popular she is at all other levels of gameplay as well. Neith's big thing is that she has global presence with her weave, which means that maybe even if you're a newer player and you don't have as much experience in the dual lane, you can still provide a lot to your team in the form of that ultimate, helping out the mid lane, helping out the solo lane by making big plays with the World Weaver. As far as right now, she did get some small buffs, so she is a little bit stronger with her weave lasting 2 minutes now instead of 1 minute and some stuff like that. In recent years, she's also gotten a buff to her backflip, so it's way faster. So she has been moving her way up quite nicely. And in Season 9, because of the huge amount of power that she has by default in her kit, some of these attack speedy items like Silver Branch, because she has attack speed now on that too as well, a lot of potential there. Number 4. Apollo was our number 4 performing hunter for the month of January in the STL, and I do believe he's a hunter that you're going to be seeing a lot more of as we get further into Season 9. Apollo has map presence, a lot like Neith has map presence as well, and as we are seeing across the board, a lot of global presence is very strong right now. Athena's kind of doing really well, Apollo, Chernobog's doing pretty good. We got a lot of global ults making their way in, but Apollo specifically is loving Season 9 because of some of this build change coming out for hunters. A lot of hunters right now opting for that Silver Branch bow as a pen item because it gives 20% pen on it since it's buff. And of course, Apollo's passive gives him a huge amount of attack speed, which allows him to also stack up that Silver Branch bow. So it's not unreasonable right now for Apollo to be getting 100 plus power out of a Silver Branch once you get to a full game build. Because of that, it allows Apollo to hit really hard throughout the entire game. He's always hit hard in the early game. And of course, he recently got that remodel, so he's extra hot Apollo, which distracts your enemies. Number 3. Coming in at number 3, we've got ourselves Woojer, who has really been having a great time in both seasons due to the fact that his passive is anti-crit. Anti-crit is really strong during hunter metas when crit is really good. In Season 8, obviously, crit was really, really strong. In Season 9, while crit is a little bit different nowadays, they did change the functionality of crit. It does 1.75 times damage instead of 2 times damage. They changed the algorithm, so it's a little bit more consistent on the crits. You probably will crit a little bit less with 10% than you used to. They've done some changes to it, but overall, Atalanta's bow, fantastic hunter item right now that almost everybody gets in fairly early. 20% crit chance. Deathbringer, fantastic hunter item that people are buying pretty early usually. 30% crit chance. Between those two, you've got 50% crit chance. So Woojer only being able to get crit once because of his passive in basically a hunter team fight is extremely, extremely useful. On top of that, just his pairings with general with all the good hunter items. He doesn't mind building a Devo gloves. He can go a crusher. He can go an Aussie. He loves a fail knot, which is only 2650 now because of the CDR. You get that ulti out for more zoning. Overall, the builds have been in Hui's favor, and he'll basically always be a top end hunter as long as hunters are trying to build crit, because he is the anti-crit hunter.
Number 2.
Taking our number 2 slot. That's right. It's not Cupid this time. It's Medusa. What an absolute change for Medusa. Was not performing very well at all in months prior. She got herself a nice set of buffs, and that has been an absolute game changer for Medusa. For those that don't know, your lacerate now does damage to minions, which means you thought she had early game pressure beforehand. Lord, you don't know about early game pressure. She can acid spit that wave, then she can dash right through it with that lacerate. That thing is basically cleared, and now she's coming right for you with her venomous fangs, guys. On top of that, she also now has the anti-heal on her AoE acid spray instead of on the single target lacerate, and you also don't have to use that dash aggressively anymore to get that anti-heal on the enemy. Outside of that, in general, hunter build right now really good for Medusa. She has a lot of options. She's not a very build specific hunter, like some hunters only work in a transcendence meta. She is not like that. She does have a little bit more leeway in the build, but in general, she does like auto-attacky style builds, anything that can utilize Silver Branch Bow, because she does have such a big stim on her one. People forget that thing gives a ton of attack speed. And she in general likes crit. And because of Atalanta's Bow and Deathbringer right now, she gets a lot of crits out really fast, has no problem getting pens or lifesteal in her build. And that brings Medusa up to that number 2 slot. Also, she's always really good when the servers are doing a little bit worse because of her ultimate. You looking this way and you're still stone.
Number 1.
Taking the number 1 ADC spot for the January Smite Twitchy League, it is once again, guys, going to be Izunami. Izunami is an absolute menace in the duo lane, and she will continue to be until hi-rez decides to stop adding more farm to the Smite maps. If you haven't played a lot of Season 9 yet, there's even more farm where the Draugr was. There's another little Harpy camp that you can farm. In general, the camps around the map are spawning faster because the obelisk actually respawns certain camps. Plus, you started the back camps now, working your way forward, so there's more farm to get that way. There's basically more farm at all stages of the game, and Izunami is the queen of farming. She clears really fast, which allows her to go to the next camp and clear it really fast and get huge XP leads. On top of that, she has a massive 75% auto attack stim, which means that she can easily get like 100 power out of Silver Branch in the late stages of the game, much like Apollo can, except for she always gets to choose exactly when she wants to use that stim compared to Apollo, who has to kind of build it up and it's not quite as efficient. On top of that, she has really good synergy as well with Belt the Frenzy. If you're not building Belt the Frenzy on your hunters, I highly recommend starting it. Belt the Frenzy, huge attack speed, huge damage bonus. Check. Pop your one for the stim. Check. Throw down that ulti for the silence. Bada bing, bada boom, you're critting, you're doing all the damage, everybody's dying. And Izunami's having a great time in, and that's why she's our number 1 hunter for January. Izunami is, of course, your top hunter, guys. She's really been seeing play at all levels. She's been seeing a lot of getting into the SPL style level of play. She's always been popular at lower and mid levels of play, and she's throughout ranked because of course, her incredibly high lane clear. That lane clear has not stopped her as we have moved into Season 9, because for those that have been playing Season 9, you know that if lane clear was important in Season 8, then it's twice as important in Season 9 because there's so much more farm on the map, and she is so efficient at going and getting that farm. She gets to the wave really fast, which is important because of the new start back at green buff. You got to get there really fast, and she clears it really fast. She gets to level 2. She farms really efficiently. Bada bing, bada boom. And then, of course, she pops her big old stem on her 1. And then she's got 70% bonus action on her auto attacks with the damage from Silver Branch Bow, which makes her an unstoppable force in Season 9, and I don't imagine she's going to drop too far down from this position moving forward into February. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and comment on it to help out with the YouTube algorithm gods. And if you want to play in the Smite Twitchy League for those cash and prizes, all you got to do is make sure that you're a subscriber over on Twitch and make sure you're in the Discord, which you can join using the description down below, guys, because that's where the passwords are dropped. Games are going on pretty much 24/7. All platforms, all regions are welcome. Thank you for supporting the Twitchiest community. If you'd like to see more videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel and always hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thank you for all your support and have a twitching day, y'all.